Official: Messi returns to Camp Nou. Vinicius Jr overstepped and could face jail time. Scandalous Yamal transfer. Dembele blackmails. And Mbappé humiliates PSG. All of this and more in today's episode. Kylian Mbappé, who moved from PSG to Real Madrid last summer, is once again in the spotlight, this time due to a loud statement that could spark a wave of discussion in France. In an interview, the Frenchman compared his new club to his former one, leaving no chance for the Parisians. The difference compared to PSG? The only difference is that Real is the best club in the world. Here you tell yourself, I'm in the best club on the planet, I must win, be an example for my teammates and for people, Mbappé said. It sounds loud, but also a little funny. After all, with Mbappé, PSG struggled for years in the Champions League, constantly faltering in decisive matches. And as soon as he left, the club immediately won the Champions League in the 2024-2025 season. Irony of fate? Perhaps. The public is already joking that PSG's main problem was not the coach, not the tactics, but Mbappé himself. At Real Madrid, the Frenchman started strongly, 31 goals in La Liga, the Golden Boot, and the status of offensive leader, but the Champions League is another story. And until the Madrid side wins the trophy with Mbappé, his words about the best club in the world sound like personal compensation, as if he is trying to convince himself that he made the right choice. Mbappé is entitled to his opinion, but when your former club wins the main European trophy without you, it's worth being more careful with your phrasing. Otherwise, it looks less like confidence and more like an insult. Bayern has not lost hope of retaining Upamecano, despite new contract negotiations reaching an impasse. According to Sportingpedia, the club refused to meet the defender's demand for a €20 million signing bonus, an amount previously received by Alphonso Davies and Jamal Musiala. This put negotiations on hold, although club president Herbert Hainer assures, "We want him to stay with us for a long time. Negotiations are ongoing. Real Madrid is closely monitoring the situation." According to the Hard Tackle, the club is already preparing a €25 million offer to sign Upamecano as a free agent next summer. The Frenchman could become a long-term replacement for Alaba, and also add depth to the central defense, where Xabi Alonso is looking for options in case of injuries to Militao or Rudiger. Upamecano has played for Bayern since 2021, but his future increasingly depends on the club's willingness to make financial concessions. If an agreement is not reached by winter, Real could intensify negotiations and repeat the scenario with Alaba, who also moved to Madrid as a free agent. Frenkie de Jong has officially extended his contract with Barcelona. The new agreement is valid until the summer of 2029. According to El Chiringuito TV, the Dutch midfielder agreed to a significant salary reduction. He will now receive €9 million net per season, whereas previously his earnings were around €19 million gross. The contract provides for 2 guaranteed years, plus an option for 1 additional season. The agreement also includes a €500 million release clause, a clear signal that Barca has no intention of losing the player. In addition, the club has committed to repaying deferred payments that accumulated since the COVID pandemic. They will be paid over the course of the new contract. Interestingly, de Jong conducted the negotiations himself, dismissing his agent. His desire to stay in Catalonia was obvious, and now officially cemented. Let's recall that Frenkie joined Barca in 2019 from Ajax for €75 million. Ousmane Dembélé, after his triumph at the Ballon d'Or ceremony, decided to seize the moment and demand a contract review with PSG. According to L'Équipe, the French winger is basing his position not only on sporting achievements, but also on the rapid increase in the value of advertising deals after winning football's main individual award. Dembele currently receives €18 million per year, the highest salary at the club. His current agreement is valid until the summer of 2028, but the parties are already negotiating an extension. Ousmane wants not only a salary increase, but also a review of the terms regarding image rights, which have become significantly more expensive after the Ballon d'Or. Vinicius Jr found himself embroiled in scandal. The Real Madrid forward could face charges for disturbing public order after a lavish party celebrating his 25th birthday. According to O Globo, the celebration lasted from July 19th to the morning of July 21st in the Vargem Pequena neighborhood of Rio de Janeiro and included concerts, fireworks, attractions, and a performance by rapper Travis Scott. The party was attended by about 500 guests, including Real Madrid midfielder Eduardo Camavinga and a number of Brazilian celebrities. Problems began after a complaint from a neighbor of the estate, who called the police due to excessive noise. According to the complainant, after law enforcement asked to reduce the volume, Vinicius and company temporarily complied. But as soon as the police left, the music became extremely loud again. The case is being heard by the 9th Specialized Criminal Court of Rio de Janeiro, which deals with minor offenses. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 6th. According to Brazilian law, disturbing the peace or work of others is punishable by imprisonment for a term of 15 days to 3 months, or a fine. So far, Vinicius has not commented on the situation publicly, but the club hopes that the matter will not have serious consequences. Lamine Yamal is the main transfer intrigue of the upcoming seasons, and Manchester City is already preparing for the battle for the Wonder Kid. According to journalist Romain Molina, the English club is closely monitoring the situation around the 18-year-old Barcelona forward and is considering acquiring him in the coming years. City sees Yamal not just as a talent, but as a symbolic successor to Lionel Messi, an idea that the club unsuccessfully tried to implement several years ago. This transfer for the citizens is not only a sporting but also an image-building step that will confirm the ability of Josep Guardiola's project to attract new generational geniuses. Recently, controversies have arisen around Yamal, related to his behavior and the influence of his entourage. Some sources in Catalonia hinted at a toxic environment that shapes the player's decisions. This could become a weak point in Barcelona's position if the club cannot provide Yamal with stability and support. Kylian Mbappe's public statement in defense of the young Spaniard only intensified City's interest, which is already exploring the possibility of an official offer. This season, Yamal has played 5 matches, scoring 2 goals and providing 4 assists, and in total for Barca's senior team, he has already played 111 games. Transfermarkt values him at €200 million, an amount that City is capable of covering if they receive a signal of readiness for negotiations. At this stage, the transfer seems unlikely, but not impossible. If Barcelona loses control of the situation, especially in the context of the player's personal circumstances, City could seize the moment and make one of the most high-profile transfers of the decade. Moises Caicedo's excellent play has earned him a contract improvement, and Chelsea is already preparing a new offer to keep the Ecuadorian at Stamford Bridge until 2031. According to Team Talk, the club wants to reward the player for his consistent performance and at the same time protect itself from interest from Real Madrid. The Royal Club is actively looking for midfield reinforcements, and Caicedo is one of the main candidates. Real is ready to offer a solid sum to Chelsea, as well as improve personal terms for the player. That is why the Londoners have urgently begun negotiations on a new contract, which will include a salary increase and, probably, a review of bonuses. Caicedo moved to Chelsea in 2023 for a record €116 million from Brighton. Since then, he has become a key element in the midfield, demonstrating physical strength, tactical flexibility, and consistency. At the club, he is already called one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, and losing such a player is a risk that Chelsea is not ready to take. Lionel Messi will return to Camp Nou not as a player, but as a legend whom Barcelona plans to honor with unprecedented grandeur. Club president Joan Laporta has planned a grand ceremony for the end of summer 2026, when the stadium's reconstruction will be completed and it will be able to host 104,000 fans. This will not just be an event, but an emotional culmination of an era that Messi created with his goals, records, and loyalty to the club. Laporta has already called it the greatest tribute in sports history, and hardly anyone will argue because Messi has become a symbol of Barcelona, surpassing even legends like Cruyff, Maradona, and Ronaldinho. The Argentine's return to Camp Nou is not about football, but about legacy. It will be an evening when the whole world will once again say, Messi is Barcelona, and Barcelona is Messi. Leo is also launching his own tournament, and it's not just another youth competition. The Inter Miami forward has officially unveiled the Messi Cup, an international tournament for footballers under 16, which will take place in Miami from December 9th to 14th. The first edition will feature 8 top clubs from around the world: Barcelona, Chelsea, Manchester City, Atletico, Inter, River Plate, Newell's Old Boys, and, of course, Inter Miami. The format is 2 group quartets, followed by playoffs. Matches will be held at Chase Stadium and Miami training grounds. But the Messi Cup is not just about football. As Messi himself noted, the tournament will be a celebration of the game's future. It's not just about the games, we have several incredible days planned, with many other exciting activities. It's about the next generation. His production company, 525 Rosario, is also organizing cultural events, meetings with legends, and interactive activities for youth. This is Messi's first major step in his post-career life, and at the same time, an investment in the future of football. He is not just creating a tournament, but forming a platform where young talents can make a name for themselves on a global level. And who knows, perhaps a new Messi will emerge here. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Keep watching for more football action, and have a wonderful day.